Hi, I'm Kevin. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I waterproof maps. I recently had a viewer comment and ask me how I waterproof my maps, and that viewer also suggested I make a video on the subject, so I thought that's a great idea. So today I'm going to show you how I waterproof my maps. Not only that, the technique that I use certainly waterproofs my maps, but it also makes the maps stronger and more tear resistant. So stay tuned for that. So here's an older map that I have. I've had it for a long time. It has not been treated in any way. It's been folded a lot and it's showing a lot of wear and tear. And the method I use to treat my maps is going to prevent that from happening. Before I show you the product that I use and the technique that I use, I want to talk options because you certainly have some options. These days, you can often find maps that are already waterproof. So that's option number one. Go and buy a map that's already waterproof. Option number two is to seal your map up with some sort of a plastic, and that's commonly done as well. And option three is the method that I use. I'm going to treat my map with a map sealant and make it nice and thoroughly waterproof. So here's just a few examples of some maps that I own that are already waterproof. This one is a map I've had for a long time. It's printed on Tyvek. Tyvek is very strong and very waterproof and makes a great map. These maps are newer. One is made by Chris Marr and one is made by Gemtrek, fairly reputable map makers. They are printed on high glossy paper, but they are very waterproof and very durable. So if you choose to coat your maps in plastic, the most obvious way to do that is to have your maps laminated. Most business supply stores will do that for you. This is a map that I ordered online. It came in this nice convenient 8.5 by 11 format. It's a route that I want to do, and it came pre-laminated, which is kind of nice, except that it doesn't fold very well. So that's the downside of laminating your map. Another option you have is to use contact paper. This is clear and sticky on one side. You can find this at most craft stores. It's one way of laminating your map at home. It works quite well, except your maps are going to be a little bit heavier and they're going to be still difficult to fold. And another option you have to cover your maps with plastic is to use packing tape. Packing tape is clear and sticky on one side. It's not ideal because you're going to have to work to cover a map with this, but in a pinch, it'll do. All right, so those are clearly options, but to me, they're not ideal. The product that I like to use is this. This is called Map Seal by AquaSeal. It's a map sealant that I use all the time. You can find this at REI in the United States for about $13, or here in Canada at Mountain Equipment Co-op for about $11. It comes in this 8-ounce bottle or 240 milliliters. A bottle this size will do about 8 maps. What I like about this is it goes on easily. It not only waterproofs my maps, but also strengthens them and keeps them from tearing. Map Seal works really, really great, but there are a couple of other similar options. Nikwax makes a product called Map Proof, which is harder to find, but I understand it works very well. And some friends of mine have used Thompson's Water Seal. They recommend that the spray version works really, really well to seal your map and make it waterproof. So this is how I treat my maps. The first step is going to be to roll that new unfolded and rolled map on a nice clean surface and hold it down with something heavy. I live in Canada and coach hockey, so I've got plenty of hockey pucks laying around the house. There, that's pretty good. What you're going to need next is, of course, your bottle of Map Seal, a small bowl, and a foam brush. I like to use a nice 3-inch wide brush, nice wide brush. Take your Map Seal, give it a really good shake according to the directions, and pour a little bit of it into the bowl. Next, you're going to want to spread that around very, very evenly and thinly on the map. Once you get a corner of the map wet, you'll find that you don't need the weight to hold it in place. You can do this however you like. I tend to coat one side of the map, or one half of the map, working the brush in both directions. I'm trying to apply a very even and very thin coat to the map. When I'm done one half of the map, I'll switch and do the other side. Again, I'll work the brush both directions, trying to get a nice, even, thin coating. You really want to apply this as thinly as possible on your map. This is going to allow your map to dry more quickly, and you'll be able to cover more maps with it. A nice thin coat also won't soak through the paper and cause your map to stick to the counter. There, that's it. Simple as that. That's one coat on one side. We're going to let this dry a little while, and then we'll do another coat on this side before we flip the map and do 2 more coats. So as per the instructions, I'm going to apply 2 coats to either side of this map, and after each coat, I'm going to let that map dry. There, it's been about an hour and the map is nice and dry, so I'm going to apply another coat to this side. And although this map is glistening, it is not very wet. I'm just applying a very, very thin coat. I can't stress this enough. You do not need to soak the map. Just apply a very, very thin coat. That's all you need to treat the map. There, that looks really good, nice and complete. I'm going to put my stuff away, rinse my brush, and wait an hour. When I come back, the map is nice and dry. I'm going to flip it over. And again, we're going to treat this other side with 2 coats. Again, about after an hour, the paper should be nice and dry, and we can apply our final coat. I've run out of product, so I'm going to add a little bit more in my bowl. And then the final coat. When we're done, we're going to recover any of the map seal that's left over in the bowl and seal that tightly for another map sometime in the future. There, after 1 more hour, that map is nice and dry. I'm going to flip it over. It looks perfect. And finally, when you're all done, you're going to want to let this map sit and cure for 72 hours before you use it. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, and you enjoyed the video, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and certainly leave some comments below. Those things all help a channel grow. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.